It says we're live 3 seconds ago, so I'm hoping that's correct information. Yeah, you would do. It's clearly the wrong one. I don't even know if I'm live or not. Fucking YouTube. Should really have plugged in that second one, actually. Can anybody hear me in the chat? I've no idea what I'm doing now. See if I'm live on the phone. I have no idea if I'm live. Would appear I'm live, and I'm looking at the screen now. Yeah, excuse me, just getting set up with this live here. Give me a second. First live stream in a while. So today we're gonna be doing a bit of software engineering. If I can get this fucking live set up. I'm watching YouTube on the phone, and this stream's about 30 seconds behind that. So see what I'm doing now on both screens. If anybody's in, gives a hands up in the chat. I can't see the chat at this point, so I'm just going to get started with this project. So I'm going to open a few projects that I've previously completed on there. Completed. Is there any other is there any software that's ever complete? I wonder. Well, my computer's going really slow at the moment. Excuse us. We may crash out because I've got too much shit running. Just loading in these projects now. Now all of these projects got one thing in common, and that is they all have a frame. So we're going to use at least one of these frames. So I don't know if I can just yeah, select all of them. And deselect a few more. These are all games and software that I've made in NetBeans using Java. It's a bit hard to speak and type at the same time, so excuse me if this is a bit boring at times. Now I hope my computer don't crash out. It will load a whole bunch of projects now. But while it's doing that, let's kind of have a look what we want to create today. if UML will actually work. NetBeans and UML both use Java, so they're having trouble like runtime processes at the moment. Don't know which one to do and which one to wait. This one's waiting at the moment. I knew I should have went into Photoshop first. So I did try and throw in a simple class there, and it's been a bit slow because we're opening these projects. Should have really done this bit first. But yeah, half open at the moment. Probably needs an update now, my luck. Yeah, excuse me for starting this early. I've been trying to get it set up all day, and it's just been a pain. I'm just in the mood to do some software engineering today, and I wanted to get this done, so bear with it. We'll start in the next 5 minutes. Basically, I'm trying to grab some of the code from previous projects so I can excuse Bitcoin in the background. Yeah, big crash on crypto today. Not looking good. Yeah, what I'm trying to build is a piece of software, but I'm going to use other projects to provide the code for that, so I don't have to write too much. How is that? I turn my phone all the way down, I'm still getting noisy notifications. Alright, almost done with these projects. What we're doing with the model. Still no movement. Yeah, Java is just not having it. Alright, so we're going to have a few classes here, he says, if I can bother to type. Obviously going to have the main class, but we don't know what this is called yet. Say Apparel Designer. Probably going to have the frame and everything inside there, but somewhere down the line we're going to need like a text object. Duplicate this. Image object, or maybe several images. There's another one as well. But I can't think what that was. Oh yeah, we need a mask. And all of these can change. If I can get maybe paint to open. Excuse my crude drawing. So we'll have a frame. Title, maybe a footer. We'll have a menu. That's some sort of icon. Where's the line? Yeah, some sort of title. And then a few menu items. But inside here we want a canvas to be drawn on with either text or images. Want to be able to move those images and text around, and you want a selection of masks so you can imitate what you're designing, such as a t-shirt or a cup or whatever, or maybe just a canvas that's square. For those that don't need an actual design mask. Excuse my phone, keep going on. But yeah, at some point we're going to need a text object. It's going to have a few variables, but let's stretch this out. It's going to have the message. Should be a string object. But it's going to need an X and a Y as well. And you could do a width and a height or a font size here. Because dealing with text, I'll go with the font size. We need a font as well. But also we want to be able to scale the text, I think. But then you could do that with a font size. So maybe we could have a slider for the font size, as well as a value on the int. But that would be on GUI. So what I say is slider for font size. Yeah, excuse my phone, keep going off. Font size slider. We can use a J slider for that. And that'll need a few variables as well, and probably need position variables X and Y. But definitely need a value. Which we could pass in, or we could have a separate one here just in case it changes. My phone is going off. So the value would be an integer. And then through click and drag, the slider will change the value as well. Which is probably good to have two different values for the same thing. Font size in text and font size value in the GUI. Because one will change and master slave the other. Alright, image. So we're going to be having a buffered image in here. And that will be img, although it could refer to a list of imgs or different images. And these will need an X, Y, width and a height. If my computer stopped freezing. Yeah, that's not right. That'll be for the image objects. then the mask is going to be the same as the image. For each one of these objects, you want to be able to click or move with the mouse keys, maybe, and drag with your mouse. I mean, with the keyboard, or drag with the mouse. That's set for the mouse. The mouse will be static. The image you want to move around. So maybe is clicked, is dragged, is selected, is released. Then a whole bunch of booleans. Is selected. I think these probably go on the text also. I'm using UML to design this shorthand model, and I'll be using this for the requirements. Basically, the top part is the variables and the bottom is the functions, modules. So these are now clickable, draggable, selectable, and releasable. And the mouse will be static, so we don't need to click that. Although with the mouse, we might want to change the image. And have a list of masks. And then we can select which mask we want. So mask selector. In the GUI mask list. It's going to be a drop down list, and I forgot what they call it. Maybe a combo box. There's a J combo box. And if there's more than one, just realized for images, there's be a list of the image names. And selecting a different image from that list should have a different image here selected. But then we're going to need upload function for the image. Should probably be a button. So these are going to be the basic functions, basic elements that I want to add in, but how far we get today, who knows. But I got a shitload of cigarettes and I'm pretty bored, so could be in for the long one there. There's always problems when I open projects. And I always got the background scanner as well, which doesn't matter nothing. Alright, so we've got quite a few of these open. Would be nice to see the one that I could use, but it's not coming up. So I'll probably end up closing all these and then just starting a new project. I do have a sandbox, so this should be just copy and paste for the first part. I know I could close them all at the same time here, but my computer's doing the background scanner as well, so it's going to be long-winded either way. So these are all classes that I previously had open. Even though I brought a new hard drive and reinstalled Windows and NetBeans for some reason, these have come up. Start fresh. Let me grab some code first. I think we can cannibalize one of these. There's some boxes here. Not a very good sandbox, but anyway. We get graphics and input. So let's create a new project. It's going to be a standalone Java application. Apparel Designer. We'll create a main class. Some default. Yeah, I think my missus on. She's asked me to reply to her WhatsApp message, so she's a bit pissed off. I'm still live streaming at the moment. I can't type. My phone's frozen. Sorry. I'm stuck on this live stream. I'm watching the live stream at the same time as streaming, babe. I'll call you later. If I ever get around to finishing this fucking thing. Alright. Still background scanning the projects here, so I'm just going to quickly roll a cigarette before we hit some code here. I don't know if the live stream is frozen. Let me know in the chat if we're still live or not. There's no one in at the moment anyway, so luckily I'm just getting started. waiting for the background scanning of the project to stop. Then I won't get frozen when I start typing. But yeah, that's just going to take ages, so let's grab some code. See, this one's got the audio in it as well, and the menu, which could come in handy. But yeah, we're going to need to rename some of these, I think. It would appear the live stream might have froze on my YouTubers. Why is my live stream froze? Hello, whoever number one is. I think that might be myself. Alright, refactor, rename. I think I might have to restart the live stream. Excuse my message, it's funny. But yeah, I can't figure out if I'm still live. So it's 20%, 27 minutes there. That's going to take its time, and I bet YouTube is no help at all. As expected. I see the live stream and it's frozen on my phone, but I don't know if anybody else can see it moving or not. I'm still typing. It seems to be froze a lot here. It's not good. I've got too many things open. We'll cancel the rename. I don't like that. Alright, so this is a basic game I made, but the code in there contains quite a few things we could use, including the menu bar and fill. And then you can add options, remove options. And we do a system check as well. So let's grab all of those, copy that. And replace the main. We get all kind of errors and imports and stuff like that. Yeah, I couldn't tell you if I'm live or not. It says I'm live, but then when I try and look at YouTube on my phone, I'm frozen. But I don't know if that's my phone frozen or the actual live stream. This is bizarre. I'm going to keep going anyway. So we're going to get errors here when the computer finally does backup scan all of the projects. First one is going to be this one, the name. But we're also going to get errors with yeah, a lot of these imports. Don't know why it's put half them down there. Just need to, and these we've probably got. Hold on. In fact, let's get rid of the auto-generated ones. Alright, alt and swing will need those. I think the stream's about 10 minutes behind on my phone. I ain't got a clue. Appears to be still streaming. So all of these variables are deemed necessary for software package, including fonts and audio, clips and maps, and even options windows, colors, fonts. So here's the main part, the menu bar and the status bar. All of these are links to other classes, and we really should not add these to the map as we go along, but I'm going to use the game class as the canvas. I think may rename it, but for now we'll just copy that over. So I'm trying to explain what this does. We've got our constructor after all of the variables we just put in. Create a frame, combining the game title and the version at the top of the frame. We will have to create a game object for this, and we're also going to add a menu bar as well, a J menu bar I think it is. We're going to create a size object, J panel for an options window. The options window will be the GUI, I think. I'll just set it up different in this piece of software. We can even change the opacity on the options window, but we set the size, set opaque, set visible to false until we need it. Or in this case, we might have it on the screen all the time. Then we create a status bar object with these arguments, set the visible to true, create a panel with a border layout, set the preferred size to the size object, add the options window, the game and the status bar, set the frame size with the size object, set the content pane to panel, so we've got a frame and then inside will be the panel, and set the frame icon to the icon variable, which we set up at the very start. Yeah, then we're going to pack the frame, set it to visible, add the menu bar, set resizable to false, set location relative to null so it's centered,